sure actually what to draw. Do you have any ideas, Tokyo? Thank you. Hey Amanda, how you doing? So I'm not actually sure what I'm drawing today, but I just need to get into the habit of been not drawing much lately. I figured I should just kind of get into the flow of it again. Even if it's nothing serious, just some chill time. Do some basic faces, some animals maybe. I don't know how often I'm gonna do it, but I do miss streaming. I've been very, very busy lately. Been doing some quite time-consuming contracts, and it doesn't leave much time for kind of personal creativity, if you get me. Especially when the sun's been out. I've been wanting to go outside, baby. Let's flip that around. I'm real rusty. Oh, sure. I'll take a look in a moment. My phone, I think, is actually about to die. How much battery have I got on my phone? 1%. Lovely. I'll look at that soon. How have you been, Amanda? So I hope everyone's been enjoying the summer. If anyone's got any suggestions on what to doodle, and it will be doodles tonight, just let me know, and I'll have a go. Because I didn't really have a plan on this one. Hey, hello Yoda. Are you drawing a character or creating your own person? Just making up as I go along. Maybe thunderstorms tonight. That'd be nice. There was thunderstorms last night, and it was rather pretty. What haircut should I give her actually? I don't know what I'd actually want to give her. What's she even doing? Maybe she's looking at a thunderstorm. Maybe she's looking out the window and enjoying the... Maybe if we make her more kind of lean forward kind of thing. It's just kind of... hanging out. And the window is over here somewhere. We're making it up, it's fine. The window could be like that. Wrist. Cheeky little bicep. Kind of thing. You can give her a fluffy kind of gown. Like a dressing gown kind of thing. Let me get this structure down first, let's not start adding clothing. And maybe she's got her hair slick from just being in the shower, so she's all showered for the night. Just watching that thunderstorm. more relaxed look. That forehead's a bit crazy. Let's change that. I think it's kind of stuck to her face, maybe, where it's still a bit wet. Little clavicle, and that would go behind whatever she's leaning on. 5 AM, those were waking up. I think we had big thunderstorms about midnight or 11 PM last night, Tobe.
Yeah.
And then we had even worse ones around 5:30. That was a lot closer, and Finn did not like that. He can handle the quite far away, like the 20-30 miles away ones, but these were like 1 second between the, not even that, between the thunder and the lightning. So they were nearby. Maybe she could actually just be wearing kind of like a kimono, like, you know, those robes, like the silken robes. So if that would like go around her neck, right? So it would go like here, and then it would drape around here, kind of thing. Let's get some structure going. And that would be pulled onto the shoulder like this. And then again, it'd be taut because it's being pulled by this. So all of this will be bunched up. So we'll obviously not like that, but so we'll think about how the fabric folds here. Might get pulled around there a bit. Bunches up at the elbow. Actually, I don't want that there. That's not going to be how it pulls. It'd be pulling, I think, maybe more to the shoulder. Not shoulder, shoulder to the elbow. I think. I think that would actually maybe pull around there. Plausible. And then on the bend of the wrist, I guess we should do a hand. So if, I didn't structure this properly before I started doing clothing. Right, so there's the wrist, and then bring this to the fingers. There'd be the joint there. Boom, 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 boom. Then a bit of the finger would bend, but not bend, a bit of the hand would squish. She bends that. And there's the wrist, foot of the heel of the hand. I'm not talking very well. It's quite late at night. I'll probably look at this tomorrow and be like, oh god, I was sleepy. I can tell. Like, I feel like if I switch this image over now, there's going to be some glaring issues. To be honest, that wasn't actually that bad. And then if I carry this on here, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Okay. I was just thinking that you'd be good at teaching art if you wanted to be a teacher. I feel like I find it really hard to that was a terrible way of never flip a picture like that. I'm tired. That's a way to warp everything. I was doing that thinking. I find it hard to articulate sometimes. I feel like I would use the term thingamabob and stuff like that too often. You know, just do this and the thingamabob, blah blah blah. Let's try it. What's a concept of art, like a little thing that I can try and explain to you? And I'll try my best. I'll try my darndest to explain. I feel if I just ink this, and then I'm gonna try a type of coloring that I saw, or I've been trying recently as well, where you start with flat color, and then you draw in the ambient occlusion first before you're shading. Ambient occlusion is the darkening of when objects are like touching or nearby. So like in the corner of rooms, you'll see like a slight darkening, or when you like pinch your fingers together and it goes dark between them, that would be ambient occlusion. And then you start adding the cast shadows and highlights and such. So it's a quite a cool way of approaching it. I've always just kind of gone into the shadow phase, and then a highlight phase, but I feel like it would add quite a lot to do that ambient occlusion phase first. So I might give that a go with this one. I don't know if I want to do this whole... Maybe I can try. So let me... Got cute kind of mouth. No, I prefer the little present. Like this. There we go. A little button nose. Go around that. Always think in 3D. Like how would this go? What would the contouring of this be? So that has like a shape there and it has a shape there. Like it's not this. I'm thinking of forms. So like I'm not drawing it, but the nose would be a fully formed 3D object, if you get me. But I'm not drawing all of the form. I'm imagining it. And it decides where the placement is, because if this was like a contour, right? So like... if this was contoured, kind of thing, it would like go around. You can imagine where the nose would sit between those eyes and stuff. It decides where the placement of things are. You imagine where it is in 3D space. To be honest, some of this line work can even act as the ambient occlusion. Like this bit of the eyelid. That can kind of double. And it allows me to kind of utilize the line art in this case as partially some of the shading. That stage, that eyelid looks good. You get me? Next time you're on a Yoda stream, it would be interesting to have your own. Oh, so that doesn't make me immune from drawing dirty stuff, in terms of like the TKO game and stuff like that. I think I don't know if I showed it with Yoda, but I've had times playing that game where I made some beautiful and quite frankly detailed pictures of penis flowers. They they did quite well. No one expects a beautiful rose like opening gracefully into a phallus. So of course varied the flower. Maybe it could be a tulip. No, I'm joking. I would also draw other things. But that was one of the things I drew. It also depends what crowd you're with, because you're just like, what will get the votes in this crowd? Sometimes the crowd isn't the type that would appreciate a penis flower. Sometimes they would appreciate a really detailed picture of muscly Squidward. No, what was it? Or wasn't it like one of them, a Smurf with like a tattoo?
That's Papa Smurf with the face. Lady Smurf.
Yeah.
Not that.
You just gotta see what the crowd will enjoy. I feel like I'm messing up this hair because I'm talking too much. Think, me, think. Alright. Because I changed the head shape, I think I actually just need to revise this hair because I can't follow the sketch right now. Because there's a new shape. I've got a Bo Burnham song in my head of Jeffrey Bezos, Jeffrey Bezos, and that's not a name I want in my head all the time. Get out of there, Jeffrey.
Hello there, Mr. Hamiya 89.
That is a shame, Amanda, but it is very common. I only tend to have a problem if it's something that's like deliberately offensive to someone. Like me and Tobe have streamed Jackbox a couple of times, and if you leave it open to like anyone coming in, there's invariably going to be someone that puts a horrible slur in there, and they get kicked. Because being lewd's one thing, being a bigot is another. Yeah, that's fine. As long as everyone's having fun, it's completely fine, you know? might even just colour her face because I'm feeling real lazy and doodly. But we'll see. We'll see. I might end up just being like, I want to draw something else because this was like the first thing that came to my head. Not necessarily what I wanted to draw. Not that I don't want to draw it, but I might want to not spend too much time on it. If you get what I mean. There might be better things to draw. Knuckle, knuckle, line, phalange. Didn't need to do that line there because it's hidden by the little finger. Boom, 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 boom. That's a jacked up hand. That's a jacked up hand. That's a jacked up. I think it'd be fun to try and do one of the Jackbox games entirely, like the art ones, entirely with like professional level artists. That'd be quite fun to watch, I think. Not saying it's like not fun to watch people that aren't artists, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Seeing what can be made. That's horrid. This is horrid right here. Don't like that. I'm just gonna nuke it like that and just color the rest in. It's my stream, I can do what I want. I ain't doing this for a client. I'm just gonna color the face. Don't like that color. That's an okay color. Okay, let's do the ambient occlusion. So it'll be all along here. Just doing this really roughly right now. So where anything is close to each other, that's pretty much the idea. And the further it gets away from something, the less shaded it is. Where things are touching, that's pretty much what I'm going for. So that kimono right there, touching the skin, and it gets kimono here, the fingers. Again, no shading yet in terms of light source. We're ignoring a light source. Light does not exist in this world, even though, you know, that'd actually be impossible because no color would be visible. But we're in a weird different dimension right now where light sources don't exist. Further away on that bit and then close again. Okay. I don't think you need to judge people though, Amanda. I mean, doesn't mean they're sad. That's kind of a sweeping statement of someone for their comedic tastes. I think it's valid to say, like, filthy people are different, comedically inclined than you, but I wouldn't say they're sad. it also doesn't mean that people only care about that. It doesn't mean that. And even if it was something they care a lot about, I don't think it's anything to judge someone about, really. It's how they choose to live their time on Earth. Just as someone can be revered for only thinking about music, right? Doesn't make them sad, it's just the choice they made. I'm not telling you anything. I'm not telling you to go, Amanda. I'm not up against you here. Okay, now I'm going into cast shadows. So I'd be doing a light source from in front of her face, slightly above. I just want to let you know that none of that was about trying to be exclusionary to Amanda. It was more about being inclusionary to people for liking what they like. That was pretty much it. That was pretty much the idea. Hello there, Alex. How are you doing? We're drawing a face. Of who? I don't know. Just a face. Doing really simple. At the moment, I'm just picking the color of the local color and putting it on a multiple layer to do the shading for the skin. I can shift it more towards a blue. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm enjoying the summer, baby, except for the thunderstorms, but I still enjoy that. And we had a nice raininess today. Very enjoyable. I added a slight red glow. And it's a technique I haven't really used before, but this guy called Mark, I think it's Mark person from YouTube, does something with his shade layer where he does a slight inner glow of red when it's skin, because something I would usually paint in manually is subsurface scattering. So when the light enters the skin, it kind of bounces around where all the blood is and everything, and that light kind of comes back out and shows a slight redness to the skin as it goes into shadow. So without, it looks a bit more clay-like, and then when you add that, it gives it a bit more of a kind of skin-like glow. Might make it a bit so something I might do, to be honest, is let's try some light. So we've got quite a warm color for the skin. I might actually darken everything first. So I might go into hue and saturation, and I might just lift it down, up the saturation slightly, lift it more towards red. And I'm going to take that just gives me more room to go with the highlight. I'm going to go with a blue for the highlight color, I think. Let's see. Not that crazy though. Like that. Might even reduce that, that's quite extreme. Add some highlight. So this would be directional to the light source, kind of all pointing up towards it. And then afterwards I'm going to add the specular, which instead of facing towards the light source, it's facing towards your eye. Because at the moment all of this is, because the light would bounce, for instance, let me do an example. So at the moment this is all kind of just being lit by this light source, right? All the same direction. Whereas a specular, it would be at the things that are angled towards you. So like this area is angled towards me, this plane is angled towards me, this bit is angled towards me. So the light would go down and hit it and go like towards your eye. That's how you work out specular. I don't know if I explained that very well. But like for instance, it would be kind of, let me go back, I'll come back to, yeah, I'll do an example. So like it would go down and bounce off like here, kind of thing, maybe here. Everything's the angle that's facing you. But on the edge of it. You get me. You get me. Like that kind of thing. But let me finish the highlights real quick. Okay, now he let me do some of these. Nice. Don't think it would hit there. And maybe from here. A little bit of highlight here. There we go. So okay, that works. Let's. Oh, I forgot to do any of the fingers or anything. You do that, Robert. Really quickly. There we go. Boom. 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 There we go. Oh, ear. Boom. Boom. Done. And now I'm gonna take all of the skin ones, put them in a layer, add a mask, and then I'm gonna go around all the skin. And cut it out. And I might color the ink layer to more of an ambient occlusion, like color of the skin, so it's not quite so black shadow. And I might actually undercut some of the edges so it cuts out the ink, because I don't think I want ink that much to feature in the final thing. Guide. Something I've been learning recently as well. I do quite a lot of rough sketches and then I try and finish the painting. And I just kind of paint my way to finish. But I'm thinking I need to just take more time and do an actual ink phase, because then I can actually do accurate flat color stuff to work with. It does make the process a lot cleaner, a lot easier to edit and such. So I might try do that. I'm gonna do, there's an ink layer there. I'm gonna put it under the face and then put an ink layer duplicate in the face one. And then I'm going to color overlay, take the shadow color, make it into a darker one. Even darker than that. Rasterize the layer style, make it to multiply, and then I'm going to take the eyelashes because I want them to be black. And paste them in place like that. And make them black again. There we go. I think we can work on the eyes. Those are the inks. Put them together. So with eye colors, I try and avoid, well, it's best to avoid fully white eyes. I try to go slightly grey and with a hint of the color that's surrounding it. So I'll just lower that saturation, take it more to a medium grey. So I have something to work with either side. I'm not having to do all shadow, I'm not having to do all light. It's still taking in a slight bit of those colours. Like if I took it all the way to grey, it's a slight bit more blue. But it's got a little bit of that redness in. I might even add a bit more like that. There we go. And now I can start working towards the shadows. So I'm just going to take that down, add a bit more red, which will actually take it more towards blue. Let's do some quick shadows in those eyes of where that. And I'm just going to do the eyes manually rather than the ambient occlusion. I'm just doing all this one layer. I am going to do an ambient occlusion pass on that same layer, which is just where the eye is enveloped by the surrounding structures. This. And then we're going to take it to a higher color, lower saturation, take it more towards blue. That's our, no worries, Yoda. And then adding that there where the light would be able to reach it. The same with this side. With that slightly bluer highlight, which is the matching tone for our shadow. That. I think I can push this shadow here. And then same for the specular. It'd be on the plane that we can see that's facing our eyes. So around there. Like that. Hey Aiden. And what colour eyes should I give her? Bring that up. Maybe I do. I think I'm gonna make her have brown eyes. Maybe grey. Like maybe grey brown. Maybe like this. Is that one? Yeah. So I'll start with a local colour like this. I'm gonna set that to multiply so it takes on the shading below it. Like that. Then I'm gonna just up the saturation of the same tone and hue to give her some highlighting to her eyes. I'm also going to take it way down and give her pupils. Her eyes do look a bit dead right now, but that's because there's not much in the way of lighting going on. I'm gonna pick that up again. I think that's quite a boring colour, so I might jazz it up a little bit. I'm also going to add some color in here. That's why my highlight's not working properly. It was on the multiply layer still, so I couldn't bring that out enough. There we go. That's working better now. Like that. And then get that specular back. Can also add maybe she's got some nice warm lighting over here. Why not? As it goes further away, it would lose intensity and start going further away in the spectrum. Oops. Oh, I forgot something. So the base color, let me just put everything except for the base color away for a second. This. Do need that. I do need the ink though. We put that there for a second. I put that there. I forgot to add variation in skin tone. So let me do that real quick. So add some redness here. Her nose. Give her some light blush here. Get over here as well. You tend to have grey, like just a slightly bit more blue towards the eye area. And you tend to have slight yellow, slight on the forehead area, kind of here. I'm going to focus mainly on those peachy colours for her. Tip of the ears. Like this. Darker, slightly redder colour. I might make it quite diffuse, soft. Okay, let's see how that makes a difference. I don't like something. Don't I like? Might actually do this as more of a subsurface color. I'm just taking the skin color and cranking the saturation. Hello there, Beatrice. How are you doing? I think it might be the redness. Let me try and fix that. So your linear instead. That improved it, I think. I'm just going to check the components for a second. I'm doing okay. Just doing some doodles at the moment before sleep time. I probably should actually sleep very, very soon. Just kind of getting in the swing of doing art more frequently. Again, I've been doing a lot of kind of game assets and animations and buttons and non-character related kind of art, and I feel quite out of practice the last couple of months. So yeah, I figured I should stop that because I actually have some characters I really need drawing, and don't want to feel out of practice. That's my thing. That's what I prefer. What I like doing. Did I turn off? No, I didn't.
just realised you're on.
I'm on stream, man.
But I must. You like what they can downstairs?
Ah, good. Crack.
Any crack.
What, from our massive buffet of crack?
I just feel like the Irish.
What's that?
Good. Yes.
I guess.
Wrong. It seems to be the context in which it's mostly.
I don't know what that means. I've never heard that.
Some people ask, what's the crack and what's going on, but I assume, like.
What's the crack?
Like, what excellent things are currently occurring?
What's the crack? I've
Danny
not
said
heard of that.
The Irish
Danny?
one, not the other.
Oh, really? That might just be a Dannyism.
It isn't though.
You sure?
Ask. Any
Did you
Irish
ask
person
Ireland?
what the crack is? And I'll be like, this great thing.
I'm doing it. Is my phone on
It's
still?
spelled C-R-A-I-C, not like crack.
What is it?
What's the crack? R-A-I-C.
CRAR. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go to my resident Irish person. Hang on. What's the CRAIC? Okay. Doing it. Doing it. There you go. I've done it. Stay tuned to see what they say. My phone's probably going to die before I actually get the message. I've only got 1%. So this girl's hair's supposed to be wet. So Beatrice says it's true. I'm going to add lots of specular to this hair because it is wet. And whatever this light source is would also be impacting it. Probably shining through a little bit because, you know, it's not solid. And also losing light as it goes, so I'll go a bit more red. Thing like this. Oh! The Irish lady I know says, boiling you. Fair enough. Okay, I might move on to something else. There you go, there's a lady. Lady in grey. Anyone been watch the Bo Burnham special on Netflix? I've just been listening to the songs constantly. And like during work I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna sing those songs. I'll get like the instrumental up and just do karaoke to myself while I work.
For some reason, most of my art students are Irish. Beatrice, did you not realise that you are actually in Ireland?
You should just watch it on. Oh, apparently Craig is Irish for fun. But then, oh, in that context, it basically means, what are you up to? What fun things you're doing? Ah, fair enough. There you go. There you go. What songs did you see, Yoda? What do I do? What should I draw? I do want to do a on my phone aside. I do want to do a challenge versus with Nathan to do an MS Paint drawing. That'd be quite fun. I was thinking about doing MS Paint for this stream because I had to update my Photoshop and it kept on saying your scratch disk is full, even though the scratch disk has a terabyte. Excuse you, Photoshop. What should I draw? Let's draw a body. Let's start drawing a body, shall we? Let's start. Let's draw someone meditating. A rib and a boob and a very long torso, which might be too long. It's a stylistic choice, why not? And then we'll have her knee here. We'll have a cheeky little knee here. And be the top of the calf. We'll do a cheeky little foot here, bump, bump, bump. And that foot would actually have to go under. I'm gonna sit in my chair for a second. So one would be out, but one would be more in. So one foot would be like here, right? They're not doing lotus, they're just doing cross-legged. Wait, is that the same thing? I don't even know. That looks a bit dodge. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. We'll work this out. And then I'm gonna do her hand hip. The other hand. Doing this out without reference, guys. I'm sorry. Right. Use reference, kids. There's no bad thing about it.
Cooking stream. Should be fun.
What are you gonna cook? Might have another portion of shepherd's pie. Midnight shepherd's pie. Perfectly fine. Do you think her torso's a little bit lengthy? Less lengthy. Then maybe have her hair up in like a bun. So I'm realizing the last couple of weeks that having like a normal ponytail at the back of your head hurts during yoga when you have to like lay down and you're like, do I have to put my head to the side now? feel like I've screwed the legs up quite royally. That's fine. These are rough sketches. I can always, if I wanted to actually continue this drawing, I can always get a reference to correct the anatomy. You get me?
I'm going to do a dog stream with the dog. It is so hot.
It is so hot. I find the thing annoying about summer is that, like, it's dangerous to take your dog out during the hot hours, so you have to wait until the evening. And you're like, damn it, that's made... I'm not good at changing schedule things. Not good at keeping them, but when I actually get to a schedule, it's then hard to be malleable because it's another variable. I get you, Yoda. I get you. Let's see. Nah.
People inside too, though.
Well, we have, it's quite cool in the office, and at the moment it's just like, I don't want to take him on the tarmac, it's going to burn his paw. I'm actually kind of happy that it rained today.
Can I...
We got a cheeky little aircon like a week ago. So we're like, you know, living that cool life right now. What do I do? Should have planned.
Oh, I could draw
Bart from Dirk Gently.
Where is she? A reference of her? He is one of my favourite characters from Dirk Gently, which is one of my favourite shows. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with the characters. I'm in love with the... I'm not in love with the writer because he's horrible and I wish that he wasn't who he is.
But no.
Fan of Max Landis. The company I work for is it Blackwing?
Trying to think what other companies they would be.
Hello there.
I feel like she'd look more tired. She looks quite tired a lot of the time.
Way forward.
Oh, I haven't actually read the books. I should. I don't think it's even the same stories, is it?
I feel like this would be easier to do if I was watching the show at the time, because she has such expressions to kind of capture.
She doesn't really have much of a severe look. It's almost like a sad look a lot of the time. She has her eyebrow raised quite a lot, I think. We finished rewatching the second series yesterday. The first series I prefer the story and the music. The music in the first one is sensational, but they didn't use the same musician for the second one, and it changed the whole feel of the show.
And the fact that they moved genre
quite well. The style of the second is just quite different than the style of the first, just by nature of the story.
It went from kind of
Supernatural sci-fi kind of thing to fantasy.
I know how to draw her lips.
Not like that.
Not like that. I don't like this.
The first series, I think that I was like distracted through a lot of the first series the first time watching it, because it might have just been so long that I'd forgotten a lot of the story. So good. Anyway, I think I might actually stop there because it's quarter to one and I don't want to screw up my schedule too much. But thank you for joining me again. Thank you for joining me, you know, after so long of me not streaming. Thank you for checking in. Yeah, and having a little chat. Take care, guys. Sleep well when you do. And have a good Sunday. Take care.